Right, we live. Shoot News and Review. This your boy Rob.
And his job, we're back here again talking about Charleston White. He
Back on this
violated
nigga
Mav
shit.
Hoffa's daughter. He said something
No.
unthinkable. And I want to know, has he gone too far? Do you still agree with Charleston White's message? Without further ado, let's get right into what the man said. Because we're going to get into Mav Hoffa's response as
Make
well.
sure y'all, yes, and make
now
sure
this
y'all.
this nigga don't even know me. Mav Hoffa.
Hold on, go ahead.
Yeah. Make sure y'all, if you like the content, make sure you give us a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. We're trying to get to 400 right now, man. Y'all look out for us. Go ahead, man. Let's run it.
All right, let's go.
Fuck your bitch ass daughters, nigga. I wish I could see your daughter, nigga. Now one of you bitch ass niggas on these platforms, I can disrespect your mama, bitch. Fuck your bitch ass daughters. I'll fuck them in their asshole, nigga, and make it. I heard you said daughters. Fuck your bitch ass daughters, nigga. I hope they get molested by one of they perverted
right there.
uncles,
He ain't
nigga,
even
while
saying
you on
nothing.
the
He's still
road
in his
talking,
phone.
nigga. Fuck your daughters. I hope they get molested, nigga. And fuck your wife. Fuck your mama.
What?
Fuck whatever.
Come on, Charles.
Please don't talk over the video. We could talk right after, but I want people to hear what he's saying clearly.
Neighborhood you
I
from,
really don't.
nigga. I don't give a fuck about nobody doing something to my family. Cause guess what? If a nigga do something to my family, when they get caught, we go do something to their family, nigga. Don't you know I live in Texas? You live in New York, nigga, where you niggas pack knives and you niggas can't keep guns in your house. I live in Texas, nigga, a gun motherfucking state.
All right. So that's pretty much, I guess, the meat and potatoes of what Mav Hoffa is reacting to. And Mav Hoffa is a guy who has two daughters that are 6 and 7 years old. And he says that he's offended. Said Charleston White is going too far. And he's even judging people that supporting Charleston White.
Let's hear what he had to say.
Well, he had a lot to say.
I think this is going too far. I would agree. This is going too far. You should have just kept it to Mav Hoffa. You know what I mean? Kept that beef at him, man.
Well, I know that in the past when we talked about Charleston White, you said that a lot of it is, just a character that he's playing, and it's kind of like a means to an end. Do you feel like this is the real Charleston White, or is this the character? Does this kind of justify it if he's doing it to help the kids?
Yeah, if he's helping the kids and he's talking like this, I mean, I don't see how we need to be speaking about each other like this. So I don't see where he can say that this is something good for the community.
Yeah. So Mav had a response naturally. I mean, I guess you can't let people talk like that about your children without getting some kind of response. You're a person who has a daughter, you got sons. I don't think you would take too kindly to that either. I feel like that's kind of just.
No, I wouldn't take too kind with it, but I'm not finna go out and lose my life or throw away my life.
No, we ain't said that. No, we ain't saying that he should do that. But let's just hear a little bit of his response. We could kind of bounce around. I took some notes on what he said.
Okay.
So Charleston White did a response. And in his response, he's talking about sodomizing my 6 and 7 year old daughters. And of course, I'm putting it in a non, it's still offensive regardless, but I'm putting it in the nicest way. But this dude talking about sodomizing my 6 and 7 year old daughters. Now, my first thought is, it's a trap, nigga. It's a trap. He with them people. They just trying to get you in trouble. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of guys that get online and say whatever they can make up in their imagination about me, the craziest things. Even if it make them look like suckers, they still just let it fly. You know what I mean? I'm not talking to nobody specific.
Yeah,
I could probably afford triple.
wait. He gonna get to a good part, but I think that he's speaking to that whole clout culture, that shock entertainment thing that Charleston White does. He's talking about how people feed into that, and I think he's right. You know, a lot of people think it's just entertainment.
That. Yeah, this is what's gonna grab their attention. So it's like that's the sad as the world is. This is what our media consists of. It's grabbing people's attention.
But that is true. But I think that there's other ways to grab people's attention other than stooping that low, and that's why this is another reason why I feel like Charleston White is a bad thing. He's not a net positive. I hope that he does better than this. I think this is below him. But I said it before when he was talking about raping white girls. I said, listen, I can't stand by nobody who talking about that. When he started talking about the anti-Semitism stuff, I said it's bad, you know. And I see that a lot of people didn't have that big of a response when he was talking about raping white women. Let's see if maybe this gets a bigger response because he's talking about doing this to somebody's daughter that's a black man. There's a black man that's in his daughter's life. Are we going to stand by that as a community and say that's okay? Or is it okay because he's just talking? Words don't matter. Is that the stance that somebody could take? What you think?
I mean, words really don't matter. You don't want to jump out. You don't want to kill. I mean, what do you want to do about those words? You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, what are we going to do? You know?
That's a different question.
Right.
But does his words matter? Does saying things like this matter?
If we give it attention and we feel like, I think it matters because we give it attention. But if
I think it matters. It influences people, and it says a lot about us as a culture if we reward that kind of talk.
I think that's more what it is. It's like we reward we can't type of publicity.
We gotta do better. We gotta talk down on that. Just like he calling out some bullshit that's going on in the culture.
Somebody need to tell him you need to apologize, bro. You don't need to speak like this about kids online. This is not something you need to do.
When other people brought it up before, he said, you know, he don't care about what he say. He said he can say whatever he want to say. So that's why I brought up that defense. He'll tell you that he's just playing the character.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
But here's another response that Mav had that I thought was interesting. Might be a thinly veiled threat.
When I feel like it. When I feel like it.
Oh, let me back it up a little bit.
You talking about you trying to save kids, but you talking about doing what? You talking about doing what? My man, let me tell you something. Whatever you paying your security, I could probably afford triple that when I feel like it. When I feel like it. So you could pay him to work for the night, and I could pay him to take the night off. But it's not a threat. It's not a threat. Major salute. So
just saying something ain't a threat don't mean that you ain't threatening somebody. I just want to put that out there. I recommend everybody watch his response in its entirety. We just sharing some highlights right now, but Mav Hoffa got a great channel. We're not done, but I just want to give him a shout out, so we're not just Mav Hoffa. That's the channel name. But yeah, man,
a threat.
He said it's not a threat. He also goes on to say, if outsiders already look at us like animals now, wait till this becomes the culture. He said this could be a bad look for us as a whole. And he also questioned whether it would be different if Charleston did this to a white person. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think he did a lot to white people too. He talked down on them too. I don't think he's
good point. Good point. He said a lot of anti-white stuff, and I feel like
he went to jail for murder of a white man. You know, he said
he bragged about it. And my whole thing is the criticism that I had for the culture that I was seeing is I don't like how y'all react to anti-black racism, but then when somebody starts speaking some anti-white racism, it's kind of like it gets a pass in a lot of the black community. I didn't think it was a good message. He even talked about starting war between races. Charleston White said this. These are all things that I push back against. And I said, look, yo, he's going too far.
Could be an agent. He could be an agent.
I mean, people talk about that COINTELPRO stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying?
He could be an agent.
This looks close to some, where my conspiracy theorists out? You feel me? Why we ain't put him in no conspiracy theory? You know what I'm saying? He seemed like more of an agent than a lot of people out there.
I done heard people say that, bro.
Oh, okay. So that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
People asked him if he was going to call the police during his response to Math. He said he ain't going to call them boys.
Call them for what?
I guess is it against the law to say something like that? To say that you will do something?
Say whatever you want, bro.
Well, you're not allowed to really threaten.
You can't threaten nobody, yeah, but you could. After that, you could talk about people however you want, and I think he knows that, and he knows that by right you can't do nothing for nobody for saying anything. So,
you know what? I don't understand. Math raised another question too. Yeah, that's a good point. Before I move on, that's a good point. Charleston White hasn't committed a crime. He hasn't been charged. So what would you call the police on him for? You know what I'm saying? What crime has he committed? He said that he would do something. I don't know if that's the same as threatening. He seems to be making some threats. If Charleston White is wrong, you know what I'm saying, that he wrong. You know what I'm saying? He could Charleston White could call the police on him. I want to move on to something though. Math Hoffa at a point was judging people that support Charleston White's content. Let me know if you feel like he might be coming for our neck a little bit. Let me know what you think.
I don't think support.
Hold on. Let's hear what he said before you respond.
He identified. Look, in this internet world, you can only identify people by their actions and the things that they say. When you got a man talking about raping 6- and 7-year-old girls, I'm definitely judging anybody that put money in this man's pocket, that protects this man. I'm judging all of y'all. I'm judging all of y'all. I can't be parents. Can't be good parents. We don't go for shit like that.
Kind of make you look at yourself a little bit, no? Are we putting money in this guy's pockets? Are we on the wrong side of the fight? Or what are we trying to give to the community?
Listen, Math Hoffa got to understand this, okay?
Okay.
You and him got to beef, okay?
Yeah.
Y'all got pressure, okay?
Yeah.
Whatever he said about you and about your peoples, that's how you know what I mean? You can't take that on what other people got going on, because when it's war, it's war. When people saying out their mouth and their anger, you know, he seems like he was mad and y'all mad at each other, right? Y'all getting emotional. Now, whoever takes it further, that's on them. You get what I'm saying? Like you said, Math can go handle him and do something to him. I wouldn't feel like he's wrong for that. But
wow, so you're advocating for violence right now?
I'm saying that if Math feel like that and he's turning on to the people who are, you know, paying him or to do a show, but you bringing us into a beef, I can say I don't think Charleston is right for saying what he's saying. But
okay, let's talk about outside the beef. He said that people supporting Charleston White, helping putting money in his pocket, we wrong too. He said you can't be a good parent and be supporting a guy like this, you know, helping him get money because he's talking about doing bad things to kids. I'm just asking you to deal with that charge.
Right.
That
I don't. Right. I mean,
as a father, how do you
personally?
Respond to
me
that?
As a father, I don't support Charleston White. I review things that he say. I'm not the one supporting him, but I would not, if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't be pointing the finger at the people who supporting Charleston White. I would be pretty much at the person who said about my daughters. You get what I'm saying? If you don't want the man to get paid no more, that's a strategic.
I could point out some hypocrisy in that. A lot of people were supporting Tupac and Biggie. Am I wrong?
Right.
Tupac once said, "My fofo make sure all your kids don't grow."
And nobody said nothing.
Nobody batted an eyelash to that. Biggie got raps where he was talking about, "Don't you know my man got to fucking kidnap kids?" and they throw him over the bridge. And people still say Biggie's one of the greatest. So how could you, Math, as a good father, still support Tupac and Biggie, knowing the things that they done said about kids? And another thing, now we talk about Charleston White saying these things about kids. There's 2 times that I know about him bringing up rape. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cool thing. What kind of organizations got this guy talking for him? Like, at what point is this going to catch up to him to where he's not able to even do what he's trying to do outside of online because of what he's saying online? This might defeat his purpose.
Just like you said, even Mike Tyson said, man, I'll eat your kids. What Mike Tyson said in the ring, he said something about eating somebody's kids or doing something to somebody's kids.
And he said that too. Maybe we should. I mean,
he been on your platform, Math Hoffa. He been on your platform, and he said things.
Mike Tyson was on Math Hoffa's platform, or maybe Math Hoffa was on Mike Tyson's platform. I don't know.
No, Mike Tyson was on Math Hoffa's platform. We can research that, but I remember seeing him there, and they were interviewing him. But all I'm saying is, Mike Tyson said some things about kids. Okay?
Yeah, let's leave it on that. I haven't seen.
Well, it's been beef. We know that it's been beef. That when people in beef, they go to extreme measures.
Listen.
Extreme measure.
Listen. I'll take it as a point that we didn't cancel Mike Tyson either after Mike Tyson said something about doing something to somebody's kids. You know what I'm saying? We still look at Mike as a hero. We watched the fights after that. So he got to look at himself with that, because I'm sure he was watching Mike Tyson fights after that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we can leave it there, whether he was on Mike Tyson's platform or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether he was on his, you know what I'm saying? But I would be interested in seeing that. Another thing, Math admitted to saying something about A Verb's kid during a rap battle. He said after the fact he regretted it, he felt bad about it, but you did it. You know, so people could grow. Charleston White could still grow. But I think this is another of examples of you can't really be standing too close to Charleston White. You can't just be. I can't just say I support everything he said. I say he makes some good points, but there's a lot of shit Charleston White said that I just can't get with. And this is another one.
Do you support Biggie? How you feel about Biggie?
I like his music.
You like his music, and he talked about. He said some things that wasn't right.
Yeah, now so how say that wasn't right. I'm the one who brought that up. Remember that?
That's what I'm saying. But so you saying you're not standing with Charleston White, but you know that I'm giving you the same point. You know that there's people that say things that was out of bounds, but you know you deal with their music. You still listen to their music.
Yeah, you got to kind of chew the meat, spit the bone, but you bring up both, you know, and you got to just weigh it all out. You know what I'm saying? You got to decide what kind of things you okay with and what kind of things you ain't. Okay. Saying it in a song, saying it off online to another person is a little bit different. I don't think we should kind of conflate the two. That's kind of like different to me, but I get what you're saying there. Yeah, you know, I ain't ready to cancel Big all the way yet.
Right. You know, it's like, that's all I'm saying.
Look at that. I ain't ready to cancel Charleston White all the way. He mitigates people's sentences and stuff like that. I think he does some good things, but I definitely point out the anti-Semitic shit. When he's talking about rape, I don't like it. And he gives some really bad financial advice. I point out the shit that he says bad. I'm critical of everybody. We talk about the culture. So, yeah, I'm going to criticize Biggie. I'm going to criticize Charleston White. Same way.